I work for the cloud never sleeps. The cloud never sleeps.
No, the cloud doesn't sleep. I look up in the sky sometimes and I'm like, I don't even know how you get up there.
You know a movie I watch all the time? Home Alone, Home Sweet Home.
Isn't it great?
That's what I was referencing. I was like, at the end when he's like, the cloud never sleeps, guys. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, it was work. On Christmas Day, the cloud never sleeps.
That guy, so that actor, that the dad or whoever he is, he's from a TV show called Catastrophe. It's on Prime.
Really?
It's on Prime. It's a fucked up show. They're two like maniacs. They literally have mental issues.
Gotcha.
And he's from America. She's from England. He goes there for a work assignment. They meet at a bar. They have sex. And then the rest of the show is about that. And it's amazing. It's like 2 seasons or 3 seasons long. And he's hysterical in it. He's like the same character.
He's funny. Yeah.
Big doofus, like kind of.
He reminds me of what's his name? The brother, Brad Garrett.
Yeah.
Brother from
hey, you gonna talk like this, right? Yeah, that guy.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Everybody loves Raymond. Yeah.
That was it. That's why. The only reason I remember that is because there's his club is in Vegas, and like my friends perform there. The Brad Garrett Comedy Club.
He has a comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a comedian?
Mm-hmm.
He was?
Yeah. It's in the MGM Grand.
I did not know that he was a comedian.
Yeah, most of those guys are. They always start off.
I don't know if I would laugh at him because his voice is just too like he's too manly. I don't know how to. Is that right? You kind of want. I don't know if that comes off right, but
no, it's too manly. It's too deep.
Yeah.
And there's like a drawl to it, and it's. I can't listen to him for an hour.
No.
You know. No. Maybe for like a commercial, and then that's it.
I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he had Jim Gaffigan on. I think it was like maybe last week, and they were talking about like how they started off in comedy and kind of how Joe Rogan became to like just being a regular stand-up comedy dude to now being the guy, the podcast guy, and then going and knowing everything about everything, even though he doesn't know anything about anything. But and like, how do you go from that to from comedy to this? And I guess the reality is, when you're a comedian, you kind of learn, you're kind of always looking, you view the world a little differently, right? Because you're always trying to make laughter out of something.
Right. You're very observant is what you said. They'll call observant comedy. Yeah. Rogan was like, he's like a hard head, like tough guy. Actually, when I first started doing comedy, we went in front of a showcase. So there was like a professional stand-up comic from like Caroline's, and he came and watched us. And then he gave us all tips, like at the end, like, this is what you should do. Yeah. His guy's name was Brad. I forget his name, Brad something, but he was a regular at Caroline's. He was like a regular host and mid. And he came in, and after I finished my set, we did 5-minute sets in front of the guy. He told me, he goes, if you don't know who Joe Rogan is, watch him, because you sound and you act just like him. I was like, oh, really? That's I guess because like a lot of my stuff back in the day was like harsh, and it was pretty, like, you could say mean in a way too, like some of like the stripper jokes and like, fuck this, fuck that. That's kind of the style he was. So that's a funny story with that, except I don't have a podcast, right? And he started his like garbage. He just was doing it, and now it just became something. That's kind of how it works.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's crazy. He's been doing it for years. And everyone kind of jumped on the, I don't want to say Howard Stern, Opie and Anthony bandwagon, but it kind of stemmed from that. It's like, oh, wow, I can do this, but at home with my own equipment and don't have to pay whatever. I don't have to go through any middle people, and I can just reach out to whoever I want, whenever I want.
Right.
Pretty awesome.
Right. It's pretty cool. Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I guess when you do something with the focus, right? But like without the expectation of making it, most of the time it happens. It's when you put the pressure on yourself to like, oh, this has got to happen, or else, why am I doing this anyway? They're probably just doing it for fun, and then it just kind of kicked in somehow. Who knows? Yeah,
well, I mean, I'm sure that's how it was with you with fitness, right?
Right.
You realize, oh shit, I really like doing this, and people are listening to me. Right. Do something with this. And you kind of it kind of evolves into its own little thing.
It's true. This will
evolve into something else too. Podcast eventually. Who knows? We're going to be virtually next to each other. Plug into you right here and
it's going to be holograms, right?
Exactly.
I say it's going to
metaverse.
What the metaverse? Yeah, the metaverse is going to create. I'm going to be able to teach a class in New Jersey just by a hologram.
My brother and I are like legit in on this whole meta thing. And I know we joke around about it all the time. But I'm like, he's a real estate agent. I'm like, we could sell homes in the metaverse. I mean, someone's going to buy, and for everyone who's kind of like scratching their head and going, what the hell is a metaverse? Well, Facebook just changed their name to Meta. There's nothing to do at all with the metaverse. It's just a term overall about everything sort of living in this other universe that's virtual.
Right.
Meta means everything, I guess, everything data, metadata. And it's pretty awesome. I think there was a show or a game, Second Life, or I think it was a role-playing online game called Second Life. Look it up when you get a chance. And that literally started this whole thing like in 2001, 2002.
Oh, wow.
And legit people were getting married and living a second life in reality, in another world. That shit's happening. It's going to be, and I can't wait. You're going to be
easily.
I'm going to be a trainer somehow under you. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. But I'm going to be.
Yeah, if you did that, like that would be pretty crazy. Yeah, but what's crazy anymore? And I have real estate in the metaverse, by the way. I play the metaverse. I use a website called Upland. I play Upland.
See, you know what I'm talking about then. So you do this little game.
Yeah, I have a couple $1,000 invested in property in Brooklyn. Where was the first part? New Orleans. It's almost like a game. Like they make you start small.
And you legit put money into this, right?
Legit have crypto inside.
See?
I just because I want crypto to sit there. Like it's just gonna sit there. So my brother was like, go to Upland, start playing. At least the money's doing something.
I'm fucking writing this down now. Upland. I'm texting my brother.
Upland. And I literally just and you make money. Like I could do nothing and they'll get a couple cents a day. Like, but I'm not doing anything. You just have to like log in and then you cash, like it's like a game, and then coins start falling into your bank. It's pretty cool. But then
you got to make it into a game for people to get interested, right? At first.
Right.
And then it's like, oh shit, this is like something real.
Right.
That's where crypto is going. I mean, crypto's not going around anywhere. It's going to stick around forever.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there.
And now they're trying to find.
It's not going to last. Well, so is COVID. So COVID's last.
Oh, it's there.
It's there.
It's not going away.
It's not.
Speaking of COVID, is everybody cool in your house? Everybody's good?
Yeah, everyone's good.
Okay, everybody I know has COVID right now. Every single person.
Oh, really?
In our family. We are like anomalies right now. I think it's Bart blood. We're not sure, but I feel everybody is sick. Mild. Nobody's serious.
Right. But they have it. Like they tested positive for it.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Phoenix has no school. They closed the school for a week here to reset because the teachers. There's not enough teachers in the school. Phoenix hasn't had a teacher in like 3 days.
Yeah, well,
they're just combining it.
And unfortunately for him, he needs it. Like he needs that extra learning, right? So that's the disadvantage of all this shit.
Right.
They're closing shit down, but at the same time, the kids who really need the extra learning aren't getting it.
Right.
And then they fall behind, and then somehow it's our fault.
I don't know how he's going to second grade. I don't think so. Like I don't know how what's the the testing behind that. That's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen. So I'd rather it not. So but he's smart.
I mean I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if this is per state or national or federal or whatever, but I had heard that they were gonna try to do away with these tests.
Oh wow.
At least for now, I don't know.
Yeah,
I sound like Joe Rogan now. I read a fucking news article. I couldn't even know where the source was.
You read it. I read nothing. I turned the news on for a second. It was like 7 people got shot in Las Vegas. I was like, okay, I'm not watching this shit no more.
Oh yeah.
I'm not watching.
What's going on over there? How was I listened to your podcast. I think I'm caught up. I listened to the last one, the one I was supposed to be on, and that was good. I thought that was a really good one.
No, thank you.
Yeah, the last one you just did, it was good. It was just a cool flow. You talked about a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
I learned that we spoke. I knew you were doing jujitsu, but I didn't know that you were really into it. So that's like this thing now, which is good.
Yeah, man. I'm full in. Like, I'm in. It's helping me in every way possible. Yeah. Helps keep my mind off stuff. I just have one thing is like, I have these nighttime anxieties, like when I don't sleep well. So falling asleep is very hard for me now. I don't know why, if it's a side effect or not, but it's never happened just the past 2 weeks. But other than that, like I feel good. Like I feel good. And like going to practice is fun. Like I feel bad when I don't go, and
How
that's like,
many hours a week would you say you're going?
so I'll try to get 3 to 4 classes a week.
Okay.
Each of them is an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So pretty much that much time.
You got some P time alone, which is good, right?
Yeah.
So you got to wait.
No, I'm the dad for the first time ever that gives their kid an iPad while I work out.
Oh, so she's there. She's waiting.
Yes.
The kids are there.
The only time is Phoenix is in school. If I had both of them, then I'm not going to do it. But Phoenix is in school and it's just Sage. And I tested it one day and she was a monster. She couldn't handle it. And I was like, damn it, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna have to do it at night. Then I have to take a night class, which is like 7:30. That's 7:30 to 9. That's not my grill. Like I can't roll. So one day I woke up with real bad anxiety and I was like, I have to go work out. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot again. So I went and then I gave her the phone and she just sat there and she was good. She would scream a little bit, like call my name, like, what are you doing, Dad? And she has headphones on, so she's screaming really loud. What are you doing, Dad? Dad, what are you doing? It's like, yeah. And then I'll just go check on her.
I'm trying to use the phone. What?
For those of you that don't know the reference, Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
No clue. They're like, what? What is that?
Yeah, they're like, why did you make that voice? Why did he sound like Brad Garrett right now?
They're like, who the fuck's Brad Garrett?
Yeah, Raymond's brother in Everybody Loves Raymond.
So it's full circle, dude. It's full circle. You legit now have a child with you at a fitness place with an iPad.
I'm that guy. Never in my life did I ever think that I would give my kid an iPad so I could work out. Never in my life. Never in my fucking life did I ever think that. Go. And I was like, I have to. Like, I have to do it. There's no way around it. And then I justify, I'm like, oh, well, at some point they're going to get it anyway. And it's not like I'm not there every day. I'm doing it like 17 hours, but what's the harm? It's not bad. It's educational. It's YouTube Kids and a bunch of games. So it was, it changed my perspective. You know what I mean? Like I was judgmental when like I'd see people in the gym do it. I'm like, man, it's got to be tough. You know, like, I don't judge them in a bad way, but like, damn. Can't someone watch them? How can the kids do something? Or I would play with the kids versus, you know what I mean? Like when people would bring their kids, especially at nighttime when like I had Ames and I had Romeo and I had Matt, I would play with the kids. I'd just hang out with them. So would Ames, just like I wouldn't teach the class.
Well, you legit remember with Krank, you were actually going to create a whole daycare little area. Remember? Yeah. I think that was where the jiu-jitsu, I can never say a fucking word. Jiu-jitsu place went, I think, right? Wasn't it over there? Somewhere over there.
Yes. Yeah. That was supposed to be a little daycare. We got people donated toys and shit. And no one went in it. No kids.
That's awesome. Who did you had like
we built the window. Remember the window?
We
installed a window. We broke through fucking cinder block.
Oh, that was what that was for? So
so we could watch the kids.
Oh, that's amazing. I forgot about that. I remember the window. I never really put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. That was it. And the kids ended up just in the gym anyway. No one went out. So it kind of worked out. My coach is cool with it, so I'm cool with it too. It's it's not a problem.
Good for you. Good for you, man.
Yeah, it's good. Man. It's good. They won't let me compete. I want to compete. They're last night a couple guys competed. There's a thing called high rollers. I didn't understand it. It's called high roller tournament or high roller matches. I thought high roller meant like, playing game, gambling, high rollers. No, they get high and they roll. So in rolling in jiu-jitsu terms means they fight, right? Or they practice. But these guys legitimately smoke beforehand. The whole place is sponsored by marijuana. They sell weed at the event and everyone smokes. And then when they're done smoking, they wrestle or they roll and then they win, whoever. And there's cash prizes. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
Yeah. Stop 10K. That. Some people, there's 10K tournaments. Yeah.
Now, so that's like, so there needs to be, it's almost like if you're a man and you want to become a woman and then you compete in the Olympics as a man woman.
Right.
I'm not going there in this podcast.
You can go there.
I don't care what you want to become. But is there an unfairness to the women now, where this new man, you may have more testosterone, blah, blah. Does it apply to the high rollers? What if does everyone smoke the same strain? Does everyone smoke the same amount? And is there like a threshold of what you're allowed to smoke or you need to smoke in order to compete, right? Otherwise,
yeah,
it's like
you
you're
could be
that
sleeping.
man who's gonna be competing as women at just like a slight disadvantage, and I don't know.
It's true. Is there a mechanical advantage? Because some people may react differently to the weed, right? We can ask Vinny. I'm just kidding.
Vinny, I love you. Vinny's losing his mind. Vinny, I love you.
But he probably would know a lot more
know.
than this,
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess so. Like if I took it, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I just want to lay down and go to sleep. But some people really, I guess, on the strain, I guess you would take an stevia strain because that's like an upper, I believe, and Ithaca is the downer. Ithaca? I don't know. If you guys are listening and want to message and let us know the difference before you Google it, please let us know the difference. But
please comment about what that means, because I don't know.
I said stevia. Isn't that a sugar?
I think it is.
Definitely not the right term, but that's how much I read into it. And I smoke just to go to sleep. And that's
I was gonna say, don't you smoke for to go to sleep, and you don't even know what you're smoking? You just
I know. When I went to the dispensary, I asked specifically what I needed, and they gave me what I needed. So it's mainly just to sleep. That's all I have.
I didn't even know those two existed, like the two different types. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What the hell do we smoke as kids? We just freaking whatever.
Dirty garbage. What they call that? 10-bag trash. What do they call that? What's that? 10-bag trash. I definitely made that shit up. What's the garbage weed? Well, anyway, it was just garbage, pretty much.
It was garbage.
Dime bag of shit. I forget what the backyard boogie. That's what some people call it. Backyard boogie. Those people, it's just nasty.
Nice.
And I think that's it. But
that's
if not,
probably why I don't smoke ever, because of the backyard boogie effect I had. So thank you, North.
It's not clean. It's nasty. Thanks, Cathedral.
Yeah, thank you, Cathedral.
Thanks, thanks Cathedral.
Like 9 hours to get there because of all the traffic lights.
Yeah, you gotta go through the park.
We're all scared. Yeah, you're all going through the park, looking around.
Thanks, Cathedral. Man, it's good. That's good. Ooh. What's up with you?
Nothing, man. Nothing.
I heard you want to start a podcast.
I heard you announced it. I mean, so to all your listeners, we're still trying to figure out what it's going to be about. It might just be this. Yeah. And a name and everything, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I told you I'm gonna buy some equipment. So I've been researching some stuff, trying to figure out what the hell I need.
Yeah, you're gonna need some equipment.
So not only do we need equipment, you need some new equipment that actually records past 20 minutes.
Nah.
You haven't figured that part out yet, huh?
No, it's a setting.
When your brother-in-law was there, you couldn't figure it out?
I'm sorry?
When your brother-in-law was there, you didn't figure it out?
Yeah, but he doesn't understand cameras. Cameras different. Camera's different. I tried all the settings, everything from YouTube. I checked it out. It's just an old camera too. It could just be old. I got it back in 2000 when Krank opened. 2010. So like 2011.
Okay.
I got on eBay.
This is one of the cameras they used for
Tough Mudder and all the stuff. All like the good one.
All right.
Yeah. So it was that long ago. So it's just an old dated camera. And I'm not spending $1,500 for a camera.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Do I want to drop $800 on podcasters stuff? It's a little soundboard thingy that can record sound into it, which is kind of cool. So we'll talk about all that crap. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I got to figure out where, like in the house, I'm going to do it. That's another thing.
Downstairs.
I think so, by the bar.
Yeah. I would say that. I would say like you could even set it up and you don't have to show the bar. But if I were you, I would set it up behind the bar and like and then kind of face it towards your stairs, like where you have the frames of like big and stuff like that. Yeah.
I was going to do that today, actually. I was going to sit by there, but it's freezing cold down there because the heat is
right. It's cold.
But it gives a shit.
Yeah. It's only gonna be an hour, maybe less, for the time that you're doing it. But it's quiet and like you don't have to move things around most likely, and you can always just reset it up. That if I were you, that's what I would do. Because the lighting is good there too.
The lighting is good, yeah. Lighting is good because I could use the bar lighting.
Right. That'll give you like a top down. That'll give you like a top down light, and then you get the ring light or the glow that you're talking about. Yeah, that pops through.
That soul glow.
Soul glow. See, it's got to be about movies because that's all you do. Whatever it is, you reference a movie all the time, and it has to be about it because you're very knowledgeable on it. And it's not saying it has to be about movies, but like you can name it that, and then it just kind of moves from there, you know.
I gotta be honest. I kind of dig. We're not stealing your podcast, but the Jersey to Vegas name just works.
Yeah.
Jersey down here. Look, I'm down here. Well,
Yeah.
Well, now that's kind of stupid because I see two, and people who are watching this will see one. Cool. But but I'm down here like the Brady Bunch. You're up there like like Vegas, Jersey to Vegas.
Saw that one. All right, yeah. I thought about it too, and I think it's really good. I think it works because I was like, oh,
I don't think you when you started this podcast, we talked last time. You weren't expecting to take more of a mental kind of turn like you did, right? Where you was it the plan?
Yeah, for sure. It was so the plan was mainly just to talk to people. So it doesn't matter. People just want to know how I'm doing, right? That's like the biggest concern. I jumped on Instagram for the first time pretty much yesterday, and it's been a long time. I would say before Christmas, and people didn't know what was wrong. So people think something's wrong with me, but of course there's something, you know, I can't handle it. I couldn't handle it. So I jumped off it because it wasn't making me feel good. But once people don't know what I'm doing, people get worried, right? And they get worried about how I am or what's happening. You know, am I relapsing back to what was when? Thank you for all the concern. You know, it's fucking awesome. But I just wanted to step away because it wasn't doing good. So the podcast was made for things like that. Like, if you want to know really how I'm doing, I'm going to talk about it. You know, I'm going to tell you what's up or what's happened this week. And it's kind of like a summary of what's happening in my life. But on top of it, what did I learn or what's going through my head? And that's kind of where it went. That's where it was going. And it ends up mental because that's all I had in my life. That's all I was thinking about at the time.
Yeah, I said, and I still say it. It's where I really learn a lot about what's going on in your little mind.
Yeah.
You know, you and I, again,
little mind.
Known you forever. We don't just pick up the phone and talk to each other all day long. We just text each other bullshit, like stupid stuff. That's what best friends do, right?
Right.
So when you get deep, I get a lot of it through this podcast. And like I said, I've told you before, I pick up the phone. I'm like, dude, are you all right?
Yeah.
But it sounds like from what I've been hearing, all your medication and stuff is you're still trying to figure all that out. Your new year wasn't bad. Your what do you guys call her, abuela?
Abuela.
Your mother-in-law was here.
Abuela, which means grandmother in Spanish.
No, I know that. Just you say it's so nice. I say like a white guy, like Ebola.
Ebola.
Your Ebola's there.
Sounds like a virus. Ebola.
No, it's like mumbling. I can't. So it sounds like your New Year's was.
For some reason, I thought about Miss Albanese in Spanish class. I don't know why.
Miss Albanese.
Do you remember her?
I never had her, but I know her. Did I have her? Actually, I did have her.
You did have her. Didn't we have class together?
We probably did.
I think
we
did.
had graphic arts together.
Yeah, I know that, but I think we had Spanish too. I think so. That's why I started laughing because we were like just trying to pronounce. But maybe
it's a funny segue. I don't remember anything like education-wise from high school. I mean, it clearly shows when I speak. It's like I'm just an idiot. But like I always hear people saying, "Oh man, my 10th grade English teacher once told me that blah blah blah," or "I had this amazing teacher in my senior year." I don't remember any of the teachers. All I remember is elementary school. Well, man, hear that?
Fire alarm? You got coronavirus in the house? Corona alarm?
You hear that beeps?
Yeah. What was that?
I guess my wife's cooking something.
Oh, okay.
Go on mute, make sure everything's
She's downstairs waving a fucking towel.
Yeah, I am.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sure I'll smell smoke if it's serious. Remember when we lit the tacos on fire and we didn't know how to put it out? Remember you and Vinny came over for football or whatever?
Yeah.
And Rose was making tacos and they caught on fire in the oven and we didn't know how to put it out. And then you kind of just took over and just took like this wet towel and just threw it over and just walked away as if I'm good. You don't remember this?
No, I don't remember this.
It was like high school. I don't remember high school teachers.
Yeah, I don't remember this, but I definitely know how to take care of fires in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, you did a good job, man. We still talk about this.
Why it sounds familiar, but I don't remember it. It sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
I'm gonna text it to you and Vinny later and see if Vinny remembers. See what Vinny's recollections are.
You gotta see that. Wow, that's interesting. I do not remember that. Shit. Let me do this real fast. Not a shout out, but if you haven't, I've been journaling a lot, guys. And if you go Pet Mo Dogs on Instagram, it's Pet PET Mo MODOGS Dogs, and check it out. They also have an Amazon link. I use these journals. They're pretty cool designs at the same time. It's just nice little things inside here. And if you go on Amazon, they got like coloring books and whatnot. But even more so, it just helps me kind of get everything out of my head. So if you definitely, have a lot in your head, and Danny says like a lot of my little mind, journaling for me has definitely been a key factor in my healing process. Like just writing shit down or even talking shit out. Like this is journaling. Podcasting for me is journaling. It's literally barfing out all these thoughts inside my head. So if you don't have that outlet, definitely check out the journals there. And they're pretty much reflected towards dogs. So she made the designs of her dog, my dog, a couple other dogs in there. So if you're a pet lover, obviously Pet Mo Dogs, get it. It helps. Is that your? There you go. Danny's notes. And this just came in. People are asking, and I do apologize if I didn't communicate better on Instagram. But thank you guys for the pre-sale purchases of the book. It was on a little bit of a back end. They actually mailed me one. They mailed me one. I got it in Amazon mail yesterday. So it's pretty cool. It came out a lot better than I thought. So once I go through this, and this is just a proof, it says not for resale. Once Amazon approves it, then I will get more copies of it. They did a really cool job with design. I just really hope it sounds like it reads good, because I talked a lot of it out because I am a terrible typer. So it'll be soon. And for those of you guys that have pre-sale purchased it, thank you. And I will be mailing them out with the personal, what do they call it? Note. I'll be writing. So I have a lot of writing to do, because a lot of you guys got it. And then I will personally mail them to you as well. And once everything is done, I'll show you the Amazon link, and then you guys could jump on and get the book and maybe relate. So those are the two shouts for today. One for Pet Mo Dogs and one for myself. So I pet myself. And that's it, Dan.
How long did it take to write the book?
Pretty much a year. So it's a year of COVID. It started on the day we closed the gym. That's when I opened up a new journal to start. I was
gonna say, just all journaling and eventually.
Yeah, just journaling pretty much, not daily, but whenever I can. Then you see like when I hit really bad spells and like really good ones, you kind of see the trends. And then it ended, I'd say not a little over a year after. So about 14 months worth of journals. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Good. That's good for anybody. Like you said, it's a good way to get shit off your mind. You get it out of your mind, and on paper, boom. With work, I'm the same. When I got a ton of things I got to do, I can't sleep with that on my mind. I just can't. I'll be thinking about everything. So I literally every night before I shut down my computer, I'll write a bunch of shit out that I need to do for the next day, or I'll put it in like a OneNote format on the computer. That helps me big time. And then like even mental shit, I'll put some shit in my phone notes if there's some shit that I got to remember that I need to do with the kids or whatever. That's good.
It seems like you do it at nighttime.
Yeah, I do it at nighttime, but I do it more for like work or like just like reminders I need to do. I should actually start writing shit down mentally. Help me be a better dad. How did I feel today when I yelled at my daughter for the 37th time because she didn't listen? Things like that. Like, I don't know.
Right. What was the reaction?
Yeah.
It's those are the little things that people don't think about that just weigh you down, and especially with work. I can't imagine like the shit you do. First off, I don't understand what Dan does in the first place, but I do know has a lot of responsibility, right? And with that comes, I just watched Spider-Man way too many times. With great power comes great responsibility.
Oh, Uncle Ben.
But we'll talk about the new one in a second. But like I can't.
I didn't see it.
That go through
the new one. The new Spider-Man?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it. Don't.
All right, cool. I'm not going to tell you about it, but I'm going to tell you about my experience. Okay.
All right.
but I won't tell. I definitely won't kill it for you. I'm just saying, like, with your work, I don't know how you would be able to go to sleep if you had something in your head and it kind of was drilling for you to to keep it in there. So that's really smart of you.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Yesterday, this is what I did, and you won't be able to see this because it's probably gonna be backwards. I don't know. Can you read that?
No,
you can't.
This looks like a graph.
So I do. It is a no sponsor or whatever, but I do the Go Ruck shit. I told you, right? So I do a lot of calisthenics.
Yep.
And then I joined this like tribe thing where like they give you like a workout once a month. And it's more just like, it's like Krank shit. And I told you this last time where I was doing a lot of these old school workouts that you gave us over the years and kind of incorporated and made some of them my own. But this tribe thing is kind of cool because again, it kind of gives you this feeling of team, with other people. There's this big workout, not like CrossFit, but it's a big workout they ask you to do for a month. And there's a reason behind the workout. It's a long story. It's usually always about fallen soldiers or something happening or mental awareness or some shit. And then there's a few goals. One is a workout you need to do. And then the next is like, what rucking do you need to, like, what do you need to carry in your bag? How much weight and for how long? So this one was a big one. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's called Miller Hero Workout of the Day. And it starts with a 3-mile ruck. So rucking again is backpack.
Right.
I had 35 pounds in it. Nice. And then after my 3 miles is up, then I do 12 rounds of 6 sandbag rows. So I have a sandbag. It's light. I have like 60 pounds in it. 6 burpee squats, 6 mountain climbers, 4 count. So that's when you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6 get-ups.
Okay.
Those 4 exercises you do with a bag. So your bag is on you and it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
So the get-ups alone, that fucking sucks. You're literally just falling on the ground and you need to get up.
Yeah.
You need to do 12 rounds of this.
12 rounds of that?
12 rounds of that. And then when you're done, another 3-mile ruck.
Oh, that's like a 3-hour workout.
It was 2 hours and 10 minutes, Pete.
Yeah.
And I did it yesterday and it was 9 degrees outside.
Wait, what?
It was 9 degrees outside in New York City.
Holy shit.
And the reason why I do that is because if I can get through that mental stress, my job is way easier in real life. When I talk to people all day long, I feel like, well, I don't know, just mentally, I don't really stress as much. So I think that should help. So it goes back to Krank forever ago. Every day I'd come home and I'd unwind with a Krank workout. And it really just helps. Really just helps.
It
if
does.
I can put my body through that stress, I think I can pretty much get through anything.
It does.
Unless I have an imbalance, because that happens sometimes. You just can't figure it out. Like you said, you know that you wake up, what the fuck?
Right.
No idea. But
those workouts, those long endurance / mental workouts, they're usually low heart rate capacity. The difference
like
between
125, 130 my heart rate was that. Yeah.
Right. That's very steady state, they would say, which is the best. They suggest that I listened to a podcast that has to do with the brain and longevity, and it's 120 hours. Oh shoot. Is it a month? I think 120 hours of steady state cardio a month. People that have done that have lived much longer than people that hit the intense stuff all the time. So yeah. So like if you're doing intense stuff, but same time you're rowing for 45 minutes or going for a long walk for 45 minutes at a pace that keeps you at 125, 135. Yeah, there's a lot of proof that shows that, because I've been studying a lot of longevity more recently. So you're doing it's good. That's a good one. Not only that, I think you're right. It has to do with, it does take the stress away from you. Maybe that's why, right? It takes this everyday stresses, and then when you are hit with a stressful situation, you kind of be like, all right, I just did that, so this can't really be that tough,
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you just got to say that it's just a job.
Right.
Right. Is this all real? Are we in the Matrix? Who the fuck knows?
Right. Are you in the metaverse?
Are we in the metaverse? We might be. I mean, there could be some guy controlling me right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Laughing.
Did you see the new Matrix yet?
Look, I'm talking to Peter.
Yeah.
No, we're so behind. We didn't watch The Matrix yet. Did you watch it?
No.
We watched.
That was our
We
date.
did watch 1 and 2, and then we gotta watch 3, and then we're gonna watch the 4th. But I think we only have like 2 weeks left till it leaves
Gotcha.
HBO.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So we're
We
there.
went to see for date night. We saw Spider-Man date night.
I heard it's like one of the best movies ever made.
I would like to
at least
tell
one of the
you.
best Marvel movies.
I would like to say, I'm not going to ruin it for you in any way possible, but I wish I watched it differently. So the reason I don't really know if it was or wasn't was because Nat bought tickets to Spider-Man 4D.
Oh no.
If anyone doesn't know what 4D is, do you know 4D?
Of course I know. It's like fucking there's like wind blowing at you and probably shit underneath your chair that's touching your legs and shit.
It was the worst experience of my fucking life.
You're afraid of your own shadow. You can't even play video games without being afraid. Like
I hate roller coasters, and I almost flew out of the chair 17 times. Because with fight, so what it does, you're in a chair and you literally like if he's like flies out of a helicopter, you're like moving. And if there's water that like a pipe breaks, water spits in your face and then smoke comes up. And if someone's like creeping behind you, you felt fucking fingertips behind my, like it's a massager. It's like, and then they throw strobe lights like out of nowhere in your face. It's the worst possible way to watch a movie.
it's like an experiment or something. What is that?
We did not expect that at all. We're like, what's 4D? Oh, we thought it was just gonna be like a little bit more surround sound and like you know what I mean, like clearer pictures, maybe a little bit of like extra stuff, give us glasses or some shit like that. No, it fucking Nat was laughing. She had a laugh attack. She was laughing because she knows how much I don't like this shit.
That's like metaverse right there.
Yeah,
you were in the metaverse right there.
I was in it. They were controlling me. They were controlling my emotions because I couldn't enjoy the movie enough to the point.
Oh my god, I'm laughing. That fucked my cheeks. That's hysterical. Because you of all people, I know can't stand that.
I can't stand it. I don't like people talking in a movie theater.
And it was 2 hours of that, I assume, right?
And it was very long. Yes. Yeah.
And then you're on edge. You probably left the theater with anxiety because you're just waiting for something to like hit you in the back of the head.
I was done. And then that one, of course, like every Marvel movie, you have to wait till the very end. And the credits, and the credits are 10 times longer than they ever been. Yeah. But you got to wait till the end. So I'm waiting for this thing to keep moving, but it stopped. Thank God. There's no more during the previews.
It took me a long time to start watching Marvel movies. I used to be a huge action guy when I was younger. And then as I got older, I'm like, I don't believe in any of this bullshit. Like for me to believe that I don't know, these superheroes can do all these things, and it didn't look real, and I couldn't like, I don't know, it sounds immature, but then I fell in love when pandemic hit. Rosie and I watched 23 of the Marvel movies back to back to back to back to back. It was the greatest month and a half of our lives. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I can't tell you what any of them are about because they all kind of blended into each other, and I don't know.
Yeah,
but it was a great experience. No, I forgot what I was gonna say.
They're good.
They're really good.
Yeah,
but we haven't watched any of the new ones yet. We're still kind of waiting.
Gotcha.
They
have it in sequence now. Like
4D.
They have it in sequence on Disney Plus. Like it tells you which one to watch first.
Yeah.
So it tells you how to do it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
We had a chart. We printed a chart out and we were kind of following it.
It's like a beer list.
Yeah, like from the internet. We kind of follow that. And then with phase 4, we didn't watch any of the new ones yet. We only watched, like the TV series too. We watched WandaVision. I think that's it. Okay. We didn't watch anything else after that. So gotcha. We got a little catching up to do.
Yeah, it's a lot. But it's like leisure, you don't want to force it, you just want to kind of enjoy it. It's pretty cool.
So 4D is a thing now. Okay. That was only like in the Universal Studios.
Yeah. It's here. It's here to stay. I don't know what movie theater. It wasn't AMC.
Was it?
It was a Regal. They have. I don't know if you guys Regal.
Yeah, we have Regals.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's so bad. It was so bad.
Was there a lot of people there?
Yeah.
Really?
There's a lot of people there. Yeah, for sure. We're sitting next to like teenage-ish kids to the right of us, and then the one next to me, the guy was definitely over 70, and he didn't look like he was having a good time either.
Perfect match for you. You and
Yeah.
you and the 7-year-old match perfectly.
We both did not like
Both falling asleep. It's way too late. It's like,
yeah.
6 o'clock in the
It
evening.
was
It's
so
late.
late. It wasn't that late, but it was late enough. And the movie theaters are in a casino. So like we had to go into a casino, smell like smoke just to get into the goddamn movie theater.
Oh man.
Smoke.
Oh, speaking of Vegas and where you're at, how was I know your New Year's was different. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need to go there. I just know, mentally it was just different because you guys were obviously on your own. Everyone, you had your grandmother, which was nice. Your stepmother, your mother-in-law.
Right.
But how was it like, what was the big difference? Like, I know you made it to the 9 o'clock Eastern countdown, which was awesome. I heard that, and we were chatting, you and I. So that was kind of cool that you're able to experience the ball dropping.
I haven't seen it in I don't even know how many years. Can't even tell you.
But what do they do? Is there like a party in Vegas? Like what's the big thing over there?
Yeah, they'll have like I'm sure every hotel has their own party, but like there's a place called Fremont Street.
I know Fremont Street, yeah.
Fremont Street, yeah.
That's the old Vegas, yeah.
Old Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
That's where the crazies, like a lot of crazy, stupid shit happens there. Like it's kind of wild. So if you go to the regular strip, it's the regular crazy, like tourists, and then you go to Fremont Street, and it's like wackadoos, like a lot of crazy people.
Well, that's like Vegas. It's probably like the real Vegas people, right? They just want to go. Yeah, there's like
well down there, and then most of the real Vegas people stay in there's other casinos, and it's like a regional casino. So it's like 6 Point, the Golden, I forget, Red Rock Casino, and there's a couple others, and the M, and that's where like the locals go to get away. So they have like resort type places.
Gotcha.
So people, the locals will go there, but there you get. You walk around with like the big yardstick, whenever you see a yardstick full of alcohol, that's kind of what you're gonna get, right? So what's coming. So they had like this one was a 80s throwback New Year's Eve party. So it's just a party, and I guess they just do a countdown from there. That's the only thing I heard on the radio. Other than that, there's a lot of performances, a lot of concerts with a lot of big names,
and a lot of commercials if it's on TV.
A lot, yeah. It's kind of all I see. I didn't really find the difference. There's not like New York.
I was gonna say, how was the mood out there gearing up to New Year's? Same.
Yeah, people are different here. It's not like people like know each other. I think I don't know. I was told
it's still new, like Vegas, right? Over the last 40-30 years, I'd say, right, is when it really started getting. Probably the last 20 years is when it really started getting bigger. Yeah. In regards to like people actually moving there and like living out there, and who aren't gamblers, don't have problems.
The growth in 10 years is ridiculous. There's like pictures of it. There's a guy that Nat follows on Instagram. It's called Vegas Issues, and like they'll show the Google Maps or whatever, the Google something Chrome. What's the fuck's it called? When they show you a map like of the whole like country?
Yeah.
But whatever. The satellite pictures. It'll show like how it was like nothing, and like in 10 years how much space was developed and how many people how much people have moved in 10 years, and it just keeps growing, like just filling up.
It's legit a desert, right? Isn't it a legit desert?
You're in the middle of mountains, so you're in the valley. So like there's mountains everywhere, and you're like stuck. It's just like flat land.
Wow.
Surrounded by mountains. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Las Vegas is actually called Paradise.
I just know that's a section. Yeah, I guess so.
Right. It's actually Vegas is actually Paradise.
Oh, did not know that.
I think it's called Paradise. Maybe now I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Paradise.
I know there is a section called Paradise in Las Vegas, and
it's like on the I think it's by like where the Vegas sign is, like is it north or south? I don't remember. I fucked this up last time.
I don't know the difference yet.
The other side of the stratosphere.
It's definitely north. I would say the north.
Yeah, north.
I would say the north, but I could be wrong because I don't even know what it's called.
So I'd say for us, the big thing this year was, Rose and I we started just staying home and just doing our own thing for New Year's. We used to have people over all the time. We probably did New Year's Eve together maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I like old school Arbor Hills, our old place forever ago. And then I know I was with you for the 99 to 2000 ball drop.
Yeah.
I was with you there for that. You probably don't remember that. I do. Then he was crying. I was hugging.
I was at your house. Was that your apartment?
was at your place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was on Bell Street. Yeah, it was on Bell
Mm.
Street. Yeah. And then we would have a lot of people over. Like over the years, we had a bunch of parties at our house. And
Mm-hmm.
they were good. Frank
Yeah.
Antoni and then Ben, the groups and stuff were there.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped. I guess when kids kind of started coming, everyone just kind of stopped. And then we started just doing our own thing. And it's really nice. Rose and I, we just chill and we just talk about
Right.
the year and then we're, as you know, I'm real big into music, so we'll play different songs that we liked for the year. We're real gay. It's really fun.
Right.
Not gay like homosexual gay guys. Just,
You could say it.
Yeah, just gay.
Yeah.
But this year was a little different because actually last year it started. The kids now are old enough that they actually want to stay up with us.
Oh wow.
It's like, we used to just probably like what you guys do. We would do a fake countdown on Netflix, throw that shit on at like 9:00.
Right.
And Rosie and I are getting drunk by 10 and we're having a great time. No.
Right.
This year now we're watching movies, we're playing board games, and so
Yep.
it's actually really nice. It was really nice. It was a cool vibe this year. And then the kids go to sleep and then we would have like, one or two drinks. This year we had like one or maybe two drinks. We were pretty drunk and then we sent you the video message.
Yeah. We got it.
It's fucking
Got it next morning.
But the whole Christmas and New Year's vibe, man, for me, last year was really special. Even though all this was going on, it was nice because it was the first time that we were all like just home together and we really had nowhere to go, and it was in a weird way, it was nice in a strange way. And then this year, we got all our vaccinations, we got our boosters, we got the kids vaccinated, and that was a back and forth, her and I, with if we were going to do that or not, but we did it. And then we had this whole like vision that we would just literally be out in the sun and partying, going here and there. We had a Christmas party we were planning over here to have. And then Omicron came and everything kind of blew up again. And it was like this depressed feeling. It was like, dude, are you, and I just didn't have that usual Christmas vibe that I usually have.
Right.
I'm in a good mood. I feel great. It was just like, the week or 2 weeks before Christmas, all this shit went down. People we know started getting it, and it was mild, but again, it's still in the back of your head because you don't want to get sick. You don't want to get sick for Christmas, is what you think, right? So therefore, then you stay away from everybody, but at the same time, you're losing out on everything that you should be doing and living your life to come up to Christmas. All those fun things we used to do when we were kids and stuff. We try to do that with our kids, and we couldn't because Omicron came. And again, it's not like we're scared of it. It's just, fuck. You're trying to do the right thing. You don't want to get anyone sick intentionally. Right. And you also don't want to spoil your holidays.
Right.
I don't know. It was a weird vibe this year. So I'm hoping that this is it.
Hope it's it.
You're done video.
Yeah. I hope
I'm just hoping that this big surge is gonna sort of normalize it a bit, and then we can kind of just accept it and just move on.
Right. Right.
Because I'm done. I've had enough.
Sure. I'm sure. It's still a touchy like subject because there's so many different opinions on what should be and shouldn't be done. But you just do what's in your best interest for yourself, and then that's it. It's kind of, there's no opinion behind it. It's like, I'm doing this and you could do that, but I won't be here while you do that kind of thing,
Yeah. Yep.
It's definitely tough. It's tough, and it's definitely different, I'm sure, with the kids being up now versus you getting 5 hours or 4 hours. Now you get 2, of like the you and Rosie time for us. I'm trying to think.
Rosie time's important.
Yeah,
they know that. They respect that too. They let us have our little date nights home because we don't go anywhere.
Right. Same.
Go downstairs to the bar.
We do now, like, we're trying not to spend money. Obviously, so one person working, so it's tight. And like, instead of going out for the month, I pick like something new to cook that we would probably get in a restaurant, and then order the ingredients or try to keep it within it and just get that, and then just kind of repeat it. So we, like, same thing with you, is like make a date night but at home, instead of like going out getting fucking chicken fingers and French fries for the kids. I could also just have the ones that are a lot cheaper than having to go out and get served. So a little different.
That's it right there. It's like we were gonna go somewhere New Year's Eve. We've been going to dinner, the four of us, like the family.
Yeah.
And it was nice, but like they're still eating shit. They still eat chicken fingers and fucking whatever. I'm not gonna pay $12 for chicken fingers. I'm gonna make that shit home.
Right. And now they're $12. And that's the fucking problem.
Right.
It's like chicken fingers, a kid's menu is $6 to $5, right? That's how much a grilled cheese is pretty much. I'll take it. But now it's like $12 and because they're giving me a different type of cheese. No, motherfucker, give me Kraft, put Kraft cheese in their grilled cheese. And that's it.
They're really not giving you the better cheese either.
No.
Do you ever look at the kids menu, by the way?
Yes.
And see all the shit they get with it. Like,
yes.
It's like $8. It used to be like $4, and they would get a snack, a toy, like a meal, a soda, a drawer of water, and then like dessert.
Right.
For like $4. I'm like, what the fuck? Meanwhile, we're dropping $40. That's how they get it. They're just throwing it in the adult entree meals.
Right. And it's the same thing. That's why sometimes actually, Dan, when we order, we'll do pickup. And if we order, we're going to get kids items because they don't know. So you order the kids menu knowing it's going to be the same thing as the adult menu, except maybe no French fries. Right? Because then you got to pay extra for French fries. Okay, well then give me.
At Red Robin, I've done that. Because they get these giant burgers, and the kids' burgers aren't much bigger. They're like
the same.
Smaller, I mean, I'm like, all right, we'll just get them. We ordered four kids meals.
You come pick it
like
up.
$40.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's fucking. But they got to make their money too. I guess They got to do what they got to do.
How much time we got? We still good?
Oh yeah, that's 15. It's been an hour, so it's about like an hour running through.
I wanted to ask you. I wanted to kind of talk about new in your last podcast. You said you're the new guy.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you are the new guy out in Vegas,
mm-hmm.
Just in general. And, I just wanted to know, like, how does that make you feel? Like, how do you feel? And how long do you think that will take until you're not, quote unquote, the new guy? Until you actually are, because that's a big thing right there. Once you accept where you are, then you won't be new anymore. You're just going to be part of the regular norm, the surface, whatever you want to call it.
All right. I guess within the place. So if we're talking new guy, I'm the new guy. I don't care about Las Vegas in particular, right? I'm not here to make 1,000 friends.
Yeah.
But now within the gym, I'm the new guy. So just like being there and like trying, it's weird. It's weird. It's you feel insecure. You feel like you don't want to be not a burden, but like you don't want to bother people, a lot because they all have their inside jokes. And, when they say something, they laugh. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? I don't get it. But like hanging out after class is probably the hardest thing. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a shot.
Yeah, all right, cool, yeah.
Yeah, oh, what do you do? it's all. Yeah, I just sit there, and then like that's it. And sometimes my coach will come and talk to me, and like we'll just talk about like what we learned today and what I need help with. So it's slow. I don't see it happening fast, but I'm becoming more friendlier with the people that I've been training with. So, now they're asking me to like come, hey, do you want to roll? Or, hey, do you want to do this? So they're like inviting me to do that. And last night there was a fight, like I said, and I was going to go, but then it was like 8:00 at night, everyone's smoking weed. And I was like, I don't want to go. Yeah, I'm not going. So even though I want to hang out and, mingle, I guess, with these people, I'm not breaking my standards to do it,
Well, it's ironic, right? Because I know that you didn't want to do the stand-up thing for many reasons, but one of them is that it's late and it's also a lot of drinking involved.
Right.
So now here you are doing a new thing you love, jiu-jitsu, and now they're all smoking.
They're smoking pot, fucking hanging out late. Like, can't we get brunch? Can't we just do brunch?
You just have coffee or something? Like
anything? Can you guys want to come food shopping with me? That's Nothing like that. So yeah, the new guy, I'll be a new guy for a while, right? Until I guess I start proving myself that like I can beat them. Like I think it becomes in this sport, it becomes like, oh, he's cool, like just and I'm getting there. Like I'm not like a spaz when I drill. I know how to do it. Like I've done it enough in wrestling, and I've done it enough at Bucktown, right, and Krank MMA. So it's just learning a whole new system. But I'm learning a lot. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Do you have is it a similar feeling when you went from Club H to starting your own thing with Krank? Similar?
No, Krank.
Way different.
Krank was special. It's something. It was you. So like I never had to try to impress anybody. I didn't have to try to do anything because it was you times 10 people.
Yeah. Okay.
Who was it? You, Turk, Jay,
It was
Chris.
it was your whole crew. Yeah. It was the first 30 or so people were everybody you knew, which makes sense.
The first person I had to I had to wow, right? They use that word wow.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure you wow them. Shut up.
You did
Aaron,
wow me though.
remember
that
Aaron?
First fucking class. That first
Aaron
class
Golden.
was awful.
What happened?
I said you did wow me. That first class was awful. I love it.
Yeah, different. But it's like Aaron was the first one that I met through the street. Like Jessa was the first person that I met through just her coming in from the salon, meeting the salon girls. So having them on my side, they really introduced me to a lot of people, just from them working out with us, or at least trying it out, and then became like the talk. And then it built from there. So there was no weird transition. I would say Club H was weird, because we didn't know anybody. Like at the beginning there, everyone was new hires. So just trying to do your thing, and then you kind of find out who you are and who you want to hang out with.
I didn't look at it that way. It's a good way to look at it. So if you wanted to put that in, if you wanted to look at it in the same light with jiu-jitsu and where that may take you, it can be similar to, I guess, where you were with Club H when you first kind of started. You didn't know anybody. It was kind of just this new thing. I'm asking, I'm just curious to see where you want to go, with jiu-jitsu. You're just going to use it as a way of just kind of helping you mentally, get through whatever you need to get through, fitness thing, all handful of stuff, meet new people, etc. Or just
I have my, of course, you already know that I have 7,000 plans, right? Based off something that I love. And right now I'm just trying to learn. But what I do know is that what's going to come of it. I already gave people my resumes, because inside this gym, it's half of it is mats and half of it is workout. So there's a girl in there that kind of has her own clientele. And I gave her my resume, which is weird, right? I haven't written a resume in 1,000 years, and if I'm gonna have to give it out. Nat had to change it. It looks good because Nat had to change it. You should have seen what I was gonna give.
Good job, Nat. You probably had grease marks on it.
It was the worst thing ever. It was the worst. It's weird, and applying for jobs is weird. Right now, and I just do it for fun, just see what would happen. Of course, nothing. But what do I have? What I thought of was, am I learning this to become decent at it and then actually do what me and Jay always said we were going to do 10 years from now? You know what I mean? And open a place that looks this place is exactly what me and Jay thought of. That's why when we had Krank, we had the mats inside there. We had the little room, right? And then you have Bucktown, and he wants a little piece of a gym. So it's always that's always was the combination. Will it ever become something? Will I learn something out of it? I don't know, but that would be cool to bring it back over there. So going back home in whatever time, because we know we're not staying here, Ted. Right now, we know we're not staying here for forever, right? We always say this is not a forever place. It's kind of a transition. Unless something happens and you end up falling in love with it, but right now it's no.
So your door is still open?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. But will I be old? Will I want to do it by then? Right now it sounds like a good idea, but in that many years, would I still want to do it, or would I take it differently and do more staffing? Really just hire coaches and people like that versus the way that I've been doing it. So it's kind of like a learning process. I think everyone's doing their parts to learn something.
One of the things I want to ask you, so there's two things. One was the guy, you said that on one of your podcasts that you had one of your buddies who reaches out to you and text messages you and give you some like good messages here and there. And I think one of the messages was something like, this isn't permanent. Like this isn't, this isn't forever. And I think you talked about this a little bit in your podcast. Parenting is forever, but watching your kids isn't. Like they're gonna grow. Like right now, my kids were. I don't know where the fuck my kids are. They're usually outside playing. I don't know. So in a couple of years, that will happen, and then your schedule will open up a lot more, and you can do more things. Right. This is short term. Right. Long term, whether or not it's going to be the one working or whatever, who knows? But things will change, and you know that.
Right.
And I guess what I want to ask is Krank. Krank was your baby and you started it and it was awesome. And you moved to different locations. And there was a part where you and I didn't speak a little bit because I got really, really, really busy with work. I got really shitty with work. And I couldn't go to Krank anymore. And that was the spot where you and I always, just talked the shit and synced up with what we were doing, etc. You guys moved to that new spot.
Right.
And I guess my question was, I never really asked you this. Were you still in it? Meaning did you still have long-term plans for Krank? Or did you look at that new spot as a middle ground to do something, again, take this and make it a big again somewhere else, like another bigger Washington Ave place? Or like, what was your thoughts there where you were?
That was a rescue because we were going down.
I remember that you were, but not just because of the cost. Overhead, right, was expensive.
Yeah.
You still had all the members and everything. You still had all the people. Yeah.
Right. But like, are you talking about the vision? Like, did we move there? I don't know. I don't think that was like the start of not being in a good place for me. Okay. Like I was not thinking that way. I was thinking more of how do we get out of this hole? Okay. Because we put so much money into the other place and then we couldn't get a return on it. Nothing that's going to, unless I fired everybody. Right. And I couldn't do that. I couldn't fire everybody. But moving to the other place sucked. Like I hated it. I hated every minute of it.
I didn't think you would like it because I remember
I hated it.
You had to make the classes a little smaller because of the room, right? It was smaller. The ceilings were fucking regular size ceilings, so you couldn't do some stuff. Certain things. It was almost like, let me say, how do you say this? Like you're convincing yourself there's so many other good things about it, but you know that you hate it. Like, oh, we got airdynes and we got a treadmill that does this, and we have a water fountain, and we have cleaners that, whatever. I would have got rid of all that shit and stayed in the other place if I was able to hold it up, So at that point, you didn't really have a plan. It was more, let me get out of this hole for now, and then I'll figure it out. Right. Me and Nat sat down. We did the numbers. And then that place popped up on, like, we were just doing some gym searches, just like space searches. There's a couple that we were looking at that were like, all right, this one's a little cheaper, but it's over here, and then there's no parking, So it was like it was a big transition just to really save ourselves, so we could so I could make money, so I could do something in my life, That was a rough one. I hated it. I fucking hated that place. I hated it. I was gonna say, did you get a chance then when everything went down with you mentally, personally, with the COVID impact? Did you ever think back about that, like where you were at that state? I'm not. When I say this, I don't mean it in any way. Would you ever think that maybe it was expected to happen this way, and now maybe you'll go back into fitness after a little break to figure out? Oh yeah, get your mind. Yeah, always saying is there a rhyme or reason? There was. I feel like it was, because it felt like it was doing me a favor. Like it took me out of a place that I know if I tried to stay, I'd have zero. Less than zero, and then so we moved to there, but with COVID, it gave us more less than zero than ever because of transition. But I think it was a good. I think it was.
I needed a break from everything.
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna say it sounds like it's inevitable. So
Yeah.
something would have happened.
Right.
Mentally. Not to the gym
Right.
itself, because
No,
you ran that solid.
Right.
Mentally, you would have probably been out of the game a little bit. And that's
Of
kind of
course.
what I wanted to see. I wanted to see how you felt mentally. Because you don't, like I said to you personally, I know you've always had these little things that Pete does. But I don't know if that's a thing or not, because it's just something you do all these years. You kind of get used to it. But keeping it inside, you'll eventually explode. And I'm just
Right.
curious, if you had kept that gym, COVID didn't happen, do you think you would have exploded?
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If anyone remembers me, I will always say the morning classes always saw me at my worst, because I would work out so hard, because I was trying to get rid of whatever feelings I had.
Yeah.
So I'd do it at 3 a.m, right? And then the 5 a.m. class would walk into me like finishing the workout. And I was literally a dick to the 5 a.m. class, probably all the time. Like, once they walked in, I didn't say hi to them. I would like spit. It was like at that time, especially, when they walked in, they know it's like, oh shit, the music's on, Pete's pissed. Let's just start warming up, And then like after a while, then I kind of like I snapped out of it, but it became more frequent. Like, I was working out way hard, just trying to beat myself up. And either that or they're gonna leave, because I don't know. I doubt they would have, because they know me.
No.
And but yeah.
No, I mean, I can't relate to that at all. But I do know that feeling. Like yesterday's workout, that crazy long workout, you're expecting to have this great rush. I come in the house and my kids are fighting, and then I'm in a bad mood, and I'm in a bad mood now for like an hour, and I need to get sugar levels and everything else back up again to kind of feel better again. It's weird, right? Because you work out to feel good, shouldn't make you feel like shit,
Right.
because you're pushing too hard. That's the problem.
Real hard.
To help other shit in your mind, you're pushing yourself to make yourself that you think should be better, but really probably worse.
Right.
Who knows? All right, man. I mean, the reason why I'm even going there, I'm just curious, because I know that you there's two things that you're really good at. Actually, there's one thing that you're amazing at, and you're doing it right now, which is just speaking, coaching, being motivational.
Right.
And I don't know if you think you need to be in a gym to do that, then so be it. But I think right here, the mic in your hand right here is what what I see Pete being. And I've said this before to you billions of times, and I always tell this story about us being in a Tough Mudder in Florida, and some dude comes over and starts talking to you, and I'm like, oh wow, who's that? And you're like, I don't know. I'm like, what? Only because he heard your YouTube video, whatever that you had at the time, and it was just insane. And it's just, you have a gift, and the mic is your gift. So whether that mic is in the physical world or in the meta world, the digital world, I think there's a lot you need to kind of go through and figure out in your mind what makes the most sense. Because I'd hate to see you go back to the fitness world again.
Right.
Yeah, you have a vision. You could do that. It's cool, but don't kill yourself trying to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Take time.
Right.
Take time.
I don't. Like I say, it would be cool to see it happen.
Yeah.
But like, I know the work that has to go into it. And right now, I just, like I said, I'm not ready to do it. Like even like, I don't, like, I want to train people, but like, I don't want to have to find clients, It's like, it's I want to, like, that's why I would rather like not intern, but like work as like an assistant for someone, to not have to make decisions. Just let me coach and then talk, and that's it. Versus like, let me make sure I get this many sessions so I can hit my bonus, so my manager doesn't fire me. Because that's like that. The people don't understand personal training is not, we're salespeople. That's it. The gym does not care about what you can do. They want money. So if I don't have 50 sessions a week, well, if that happens 4 weeks in a row, I'm going to get written up. So my job is to go annoy you on the treadmill to try to see if you wanted a free session. And then from there, did you like me? Now, how can I convince you to get another package with me? And if I don't hit a quota, okay, that's the business. That's what I hated. That's why Krank was developed. That's why Krank was made. because I didn't want to hit a quote anymore. I mean, I had to make my rent, but it wasn't about that. The people just came, and it was fun versus like don't get me wrong. I was top trainer. You know what I mean? I'm a top trainer at Club H. Like I was there, you know, I was making enough. I was making great money, but it just wasn't.
You did all that work. Like you put all that time and effort into it to build up that clientele, to build up your list of people, right? And then you had all that in Krank, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Having to do it all over again, yeah, that sucks.
Especially here, like in a new place with no one. I don't know anyone. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. You'll spend 3 years in marketing expenses just to get like break even after 3. No, thanks. It's okay.
So use the power of the mic.
That's a good one. I like that.
Have the Pete Isip should be the name. That should be your brand. That should be the empire.
That's it.
I'll come along the ride if you want me to.
You're already on it.
We'll do that.
You're already
on a little podcast going. But no, for real, I think that's I think if you want to build up your name, continue to have your name out there, it needs to be through this channel, you know, not through Jersey Vegas, just in general, like this
space,
platform, this space. Yeah.
Sure.
And you know that, and you, like I said, you've killed it. But I don't go on social media anymore at all. I know that you said that you really don't.
Yeah, I haven't been there. I did yesterday. So.
It feels really good to not go on there, to be honest. It feels actually pretty amazing.
Right.
I'll go on there. I got a couple beer boards that I run, or I have a couple things that I run. So I go and look at that shit, but I don't look at my news feed.
Right.
Sometimes I do. But I really comment on stuff, and it's nice. But if you want to build up something, I think you have to go through those channels, unfortunately.
Yes.
That's what sucks.
Right. You have to. Like there's no question. There's no question about it. I even see it from the podcast. I see like the numbers dropped just because I don't post. But
isn't it amazing?
It's crazy, right? Just because, but they know it's there. They know like where'd you go? You know, but that's I don't look at it as a bad thing. I'm like, this is what happened. This is a statistic. Again, you have to get back on and do it. But right now I don't want to. So it's like I can hang, you know. You can catch up later.
Yeah.
Inevitable. It's inevitable. You have any business needs social media. Anyone.
We need social media friends. We need like a group of people who do that for a living, and they can give us like some kind of I don't know, discount. We'll give them. We'll buy them.
That's what sucks. Like I could do it. That's what sucks. Like I know like I could do it. It's just that I don't want to do it.
It's time and effort.
Right, and then I don't want to expend anything for something that doesn't bring anything in. So it's like I had to cut all the expenses off. Like I cut the t-shirt thing down because they were charging me, and like since I got off social, I haven't sold a t-shirt. So like it's crazy. Like I would at least.
It's crazy because you wouldn't. How would you? You don't.
I can't. There's no reach, is what they would say. Right, but it's different now. Anyway, the whole algorithm is different anyway. So whatever. But as long as people are cool, they're cool.
Yeah, my blogging thing, the algorithm for Google changed or some shit, and it wouldn't allow me to put ads in it anymore because of something changed that I don't even know what I did, and I couldn't get it to work again. And then my numbers dropped significantly. I was having like a couple thousand views per blog, and then it went down to like 50. And I'm like, what the fuck? What am I crazy. Like? It doesn't even make any sense anymore.
It's crazy.
So like, crazy. I don't even know now. I don't even know if those numbers are real. I don't even know. So I stopped writing, and it sucks because that was kind of my journal. That was my journaling.
Yeah.
Do my blogs. I loved it. Loved it. And now it's like
the Bart Chronicles.
The BartChronicles.com. Boom. Look at that.
Go check it out. Go check it out.
All right.
All right, man.
Yeah, I don't know what you got going on, but I know that I will keep talking because I have coffee.
Okay. I gotta run. I gotta go work out.
I know you gotta go. You gotta do shit. So what do you want to do? We'll figure out for what you and I will do next.
Yeah.
Privately.
Yeah, that's cool. We even just jump on next week if you want. I'm cool.
Okay.
I have another one. I have someone I could move him. No, it's the week after. So not this week, the week after.
If I get my Rodecaster Pro, I can have maybe Rose join us too. And be like, yo, what up? We'll try.
Just let her pop in.
Exactly. We'll just experiment.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, man. So let me get a close out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out today. If you haven't, go to our Patreon. I said our. That's nice, Dan. Our Patreon, patreon.com/Jersey to Vegas, and help support the channel. If you haven't, don't forget, go to Petmo Dogs on Instagram, and then hit me up if you want a copy of the book. It's not out yet, but this is the what do they call this? The example? I don't know what it's called. The fucking whatever. It'll be out soon. So hit me up, send me a message, and I'm doing it that way because I can't afford to pay for the website anymore. So I shut that down too. All right, guys, episode number 32. We didn't do an intro today, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Pete.
Peace out.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.